I'm currently in the process of paying off multiple streams of debt, but I don't make a lot of money, very average salary. So let me show you how I'm doing it. You haven't been to the gym in 3 months. Cancel that membership now. Let's make smart decisions and let's put that money where it counts. Put the credit card on a freeze if you have to. We need some self-control around here. Let me stay my butt inside and save some money and put that money towards my debt. In this video, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step guide on how to actually pay off your debt. First of all, so proud of you for taking the first step, which is clicking on this video. And let me start off by saying, you're not alone. Would you believe that more than 75% of Americans carry some type of debt? Like, I hate that that's normalized, but we're all in the same boat, so don't feel bad. And I don't want you to think that you need to make 6 figures in order to pay off your debt, because I don't make 6 figures and I'm still making something shake. So we're gonna do the best we can with what we have.
I'll do the best I can with what I got.
And the biggest thing that I want you to remember before we get into the video is progress over perfection. Maybe we can't pay the debt off in one clean sweep, even though we would love to. Maybe it'll take us a few months, if not a few years, to get it done. But the point is, we're going to make progress with each and every paycheck. So let's get into how. Step number 1, you need to understand your debt. So I need you to list out every single piece of debt that you have. You need to know the balance, the minimum payment, and the interest rate. This can be as advanced as an Excel spreadsheet, or it can be as simple as a note in your notes app. That's how I like to do it, because this part should be simple. It shouldn't be too complicated. I want it to be very straightforward, very easily accessible. So here's an example of my debt list. Now, I know you probably don't want to do this, but understand that clarity removes anxiety. When you don't know how much debt you have, but you know you have debt, it makes you probably very anxious, because that's how I typically feel. But once you know what's going on, you'll feel kind of a breath of fresh air, because you'll see that, okay, it's not that bad. Or, okay, it's terrible. But the point is, you know, and it's better to know than to not know, because then we can create a plan. Which leads us into step number 2, is we're going to create a repayment plan. The first plan you can do is the avalanche method, which is essentially taking care of your highest interest first, because obviously your highest interest rate is going to accrue at a higher speed, and it's currently costing you the most money. So if we take care of that first, it'll essentially save you the most money. And let me just get into why interest sucks. I hate interest. The whole concept of interest is just very irritating to me, because not only are you paying back the money that you borrowed, you're paying that back and some. And like every month it's and some. And it keeps on accumulating. So it's like, essentially it would have been a lot cheaper if you just paid for the thing outright in cash, versus if you financed it or took out a loan for it, or, you know, swiped your credit card for it, because you're just paying a lot more back than you actually needed to. But I understand that we all don't have it to just pay for things in cash. So that's why, you know, we use our credit cards and we take out loans and things like that. But interest just makes it 10 times more expensive than what it actually is. And credit cards specifically can very quickly become quicksand if you keep swiping that card and acting like you're not building up a balance, because the credit card interest is no joke, like, at all. Like, please do not play with the credit cards. I'm learning. I'm definitely learning. The second method is the snowball method, which basically takes care of your smallest debt first, and then you work your way over to the larger debt. Taking care of a small piece of debt first is going to build motivation, because you're checking off one of your pieces of debt, which is going to feel really nice. Maybe it's a $200 or $400 credit card bill that you've been holding on to. Maybe you just take that from one of your checks so that you can clear that off and cross it off on the list. And that way you can move to the next piece of debt, and you just chip away at each piece of debt one by one. And the third method is the all-in-one method, where you are chipping away at all of your debt all at the same time, just to make sure you're making progress on each piece of debt, which is currently what I'm doing, because I hate debt. I hate the concept of debt. I hate the burden of debt. I feel like I can't sleep at night knowing that I got debt. No, I'm just kidding. But I am doing a little bit of everything. So all of my debt is pretty much getting addressed every time I get paid, which means that my checks literally disappear as soon as they hit my account. But I rather do it now, so that way in the next couple of months I can have my full checks back to myself to spend it how I want to and not paying off money that I shouldn't have been spending prior. Step 3 is to build a budget, of course, which I mentioned in my last video. A budget is going to save your ass each and every time. And a budget is simply a list of your income, your expenses, and your wants. But now, since we are doing a debt repayment plan, we're going to work our debt into our budget because it's important. We need to prioritize it. And you want to figure out how much you can realistically contribute. So go back to the list of your debt that you gathered in the beginning of this video, and you're going to just input all of the minimums for each piece of debt onto your budget. So write all the minimums for each piece of debt so that you can get an idea of what's the minimum that you need to contribute to each piece so that you can actually make progress and chip away at this debt. Now, let me tell you, paying the minimum is exactly that. It's the bare minimum. So it's going to take you a long time to pay off the debt. I'm just being honest, and you're going to end up paying more than you need to if you contributed more than the minimum. But it's okay if all you can do is the minimum, right? Because honestly, that's better than most people. Most people are acting like their debt doesn't exist. So again, progress over perfection. And also, if you're not at least paying the minimum, you're going to start racking up late fees, and I can't even begin to explain the hole that you're going to dig yourself into. So at least do the minimum. But my credit card company actually gave me a little breakdown of what it'll look like if I just pay the minimum on my current credit card balance. So it'll take me 20 months to pay off $446, but I'll end up paying $566 because of the interest. So that's why I hate interest, because it just makes everything twice as expensive. Step 4 is to increase your cash flow without burning out. So we don't want to do too much to make extra money. So you can start by minimizing your expenses, okay? Because if you're like me, you love to spend money. But sometimes we need to take it down a few notches. Sorry. Anyway, so we can refinance our loans, which is something that I'm thinking about doing with my car loan because it's just not practical for me based on my current salary. Like I said, make a very, very average salary. And so my car loan is just one of those large bills that just gets in the way every single month. Like I need her to be a little bit smaller. So I'm thinking about refinancing my loan. Maybe you're thinking about the same thing. I can take you guys through the process of that if I do end up proceeding with it, which I probably will. But I just need to do some research and figure out the costs and make sure that it's actually going to make sense for me. You could also switch insurance. Again, just thinking about your car. Maybe you switch to a cheaper insurance plan or just a different company altogether. Oh, here's my favorite one. Cancel them damn subscriptions. Cancel the subscriptions. You're subscribed to Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Tubi. Does Tubi have a subscription? I don't know. But you're subscribed to all these different streaming services and you don't even use them. How about just for a few months we cancel all of them except for one? Maybe you just keep Netflix, and maybe you force yourself to find a movie on Netflix instead of bouncing around to all these different streaming services, because it's simply not necessary. And that's how you rack up small insignificant bills really quickly. And we can allocate that money to our debt instead. So all the money that you would be spending on the streaming services or whatever subscriptions that you have that are unnecessary right now is strictly going towards your debt, so that we can chip away at that very quickly or quicker. Other memberships like ClassPass, for instance. I love ClassPass because I get to try a different workout every single week, but it's not in the budget. It's not in the budget right now. ClassPass is not going anywhere, okay? I had to cancel that membership just for a few months because we have priorities. This debt needs to be gone like yesterday. Gym memberships. You're not going to the gym, okay? It's the dead of winter. Are you really using that gym membership? You haven't been to the gym in 3 months and you're still getting charged for that membership. Cancel that membership now. You don't want to go outside anyway. You could just buy yourself a $20 yoga mat and turn on YouTube University and follow some workout videos online. Okay, you can still make progress and be healthy and, reach your fitness goals from the house and not have to pay a dime. Okay, we have too many free resources available to us to be spending money on memberships that we do not actually use. And again, this could be a temporary measure, maybe just for the winter time, maybe just for a few months. You use that gym membership money to put towards your debt, and then in the summertime when we are debt free from our credit cards, for instance, then we can reactivate those memberships. That's my plan, at least. Maybe you have a no spend month where for the entire month you don't spend money on anything that's not essential. So besides the groceries and obviously your bills and things you need for day-to-day living, besides that stuff, you're not spending no money. Maybe you're not going out with friends. Maybe they're coming to your house instead. Maybe you're not going out to eat. Maybe you're not doing anything outside. Again, it's cold. I'm in New York. It's literally 0 degrees outside. There's nothing outside for me right now. Let me stay my butt inside and save some money and put that money towards my debt. You can also look into some side income ideas. Maybe you do some freelance work. Maybe you do some content creation. Like little money that I'll get from content right now is going immediately to my credit card debt. It's not a lot, but it's something. But maybe you have a skill or something that you can capitalize on and use that extra income to pay off these bills. Oh, another thing that I really like too is selling unused items. So back when I was unemployed a few years ago, I was selling everything on Poshmark. Like I was selling my clothes, I was selling shoes, and shoes do very well on Poshmark. And I think they have different apps too. I think there's one called Vinted and Depop as well. I haven't used those, but honestly, selling items that you don't use can surprisingly make you a good little penny, especially this time of year now when people are kind of clearing out their closets and decluttering. Now's a perfect time to sell some items to make some extra money. Another idea, maybe you get yourself a little part-time job to make some extra money. Maybe you sacrifice your evenings and your weekends to increase your income just for a little while. I just want to emphasize that this is a very temporary measure. I don't want you to feel like you have to be miserable and, just work 24/7 for the rest of your life. It's just for a little bit of time so that we can pay off that debt. So that way we can have our checks back to ourselves, because again, my entire check is just going towards bills and debt right now. It sucks. But don't worry, because when I'm debt free in the springtime, remember I told you. It's also tax season and bonus season. Honestly, my favorite part about this time of year. So maybe you're using your tax return to completely just wipe out your debt, or maybe you're using majority of it. Maybe you're only using half of it. Same thing with your bonus. Like this is when we're getting these lump sums of money, and we need to let's not waste it, okay? Let's make smart decisions and let's put that money where it counts. Step 5, and let me get close to you when I say this. Put the credit card down. Stop spending money. Take a break. Stop digging yourself into more debt. It's time. Put the credit card on a freeze if you have to. We need some self-control around here, because if you actually want to pay off that debt, if you want to make any type of progress, we can't keep digging ourselves into a hole. It doesn't work like that, okay? Do me and yourself a favor and just stop creating new debt. Because if you don't, we're never going to make progress, and you're going to be having the same debt that you did back in 2019 and 2029, and I know you don't want that. I know you don't. Step 6, gamify. So I know debt repayment can be extremely daunting, very boring and uninteresting, but you're part of the 1%, okay? That's exciting. You should be proud of yourself that you actually even care and are creating a system and a plan to actually pay off that debt. So let's make it fun. Create a system of tracking yourself so that you can see your progress, because if there's one thing that I learned from the 100 envelope challenge, tracking your progress motivates you so much, and it just keeps you going. It keeps a spark under your ass to want to highlight the next check mark, and just keep going. So definitely create a little tracking system for yourself. You could do a bingo card. So maybe after you pay off $100, $500, $1,000 towards your debt, maybe you treat yourself to something. You can go out to eat. You can get your nails, your toes done. You can get your hair done. Buy yourself the shoes you've been looking for, something to reward yourself for the progress that you're making, just to incentivize yourself to keep it up. Keep up the good work. I'm proud of you, and you should be proud of you. And paying off your debt may take some time, but the time is going to pass anyway. Literally. So if it's going to take you 5 years, accept the reality and have fun with it. It could be 5 years of just digging yourself deeper into debt, but instead you're choosing to do 5 years of paying your debt off. And the day is going to come where you're going to be debt free and you're going to feel amazing. And I want to hear about that day. Make sure you come back to this video and comment down below debt free once you do hit that mark. Now for the homework, my favorite part. So the first part of your homework assignment is to gather your information for your debt. So again, your current balance, your minimum payment, and your interest rate. Second part of your homework assignment is to pick a repayment plan, either the avalanche method, the snowball method, or the all-in-one. Step 3 is to commit to a number that you can contribute to your debt every single time you get paid. So maybe it's your minimum payment, or maybe it's a little bit more than your minimum payment, or maybe it's a lot more than your minimum payment. Just commit to a number that every single time you get paid, before you even do anything else with your check, you save, of course, for your high yield savings account, you already know, but you also contribute towards your debt so that we can chip away at this debt. Hey, this is the year that we start to make true progress on our debt repayment. And extra credits, print out a bingo card for your debt repayment, and I want to see it. Like, can you guys, I don't know if you guys can comment pictures, but if you can, comment down below or comment the link of the bingo card that you're using for your debt repayment plan, because I feel like that's such a good idea, don't you? And that pretty much concludes this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below. Comment down below debt free if this video has helped you in any way at all. And let's just talk money in the comments. What has been your best tip out of this whole video? And what tip do you feel like is going to actually help you make progress in repaying your debt? Or what other tips have you guys heard from other sources? Because I'm always open to learning as well. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Also, let me know what other personal finance videos you want to see from me. And okay, bye.